What up, MoseTube? Got the VR2. Check it out, y'all. Got the charging stand, Horizon, Call of the Mountain. Let's get right into it. Alright. Here's the charging stand. Some little info on it while I pull this all apart. Looks like a charging port that you gotta possibly plug in so it can be compatible with the stand itself. Yep. Let's get this out of the bag. Wow, it's got some weight to it. Some really, really good weight to it. This thing is definitely not falling off of your shelf. It's a little imbalanced though, not gonna lie. I don't know why they would have done that. They should add a little more weight to it over here so it could have just stayed put. No extreme details or anything of the sort. It does look like it get plugged in there, so this is probably going to be the front. So yeah, I don't know about that, guys. Look at that. That's a little weird, huh? So you're going to want that to hang off the edge of a table, so while it's plugged in, and then when you go to pick up your controllers, it falls over. Oh God, Sony, what did you do? You guys didn't prove this thing before you sent it out, huh? How kind of ridiculous is that? It's pretty cool. It says PlayStation, or the little symbol here. This is there's nothing else, no other unique details or features on here that I can see. So that's just going to go off to the side. Then you got your adapter to plug it in. Well, there's that box contents right there. This is, again, those little attachments that are going to make the charger compatible with the controllers. Let's take a look. Here we are. I just cut the label. Looks like the Ups truck decided to bang it up a little bit. Good thing the internals will definitely not be affected by it. I'm just gonna have to pause and get this box out. Here it is. It's probably the video game inside of this, I could only imagine. Oh, and it's a digital. Dang it. I hate digital. I always like to have the official hard copy of the game, but it is what it is. This looks like the headset that's included with it. Some earbuds. I do have the PlayStation Pulse headset. There's the one wire plug-in right there. Oh wow, this headset definitely feels a lot lighter than the original. And these controllers are small. I don't know if there's anything under here. Nope, doesn't look good. Alright, so let's get down into the bag here. Check it out a little closer. I will show you a comparison in size as well as, oh man, I don't have the weight, so if you really want to know how much this thing weighs versus the old one, you're gonna have to look that information up yourself. Wow, look at this, guys. Looks like it blocks out more of the lighting, as they stated. You could see here with the corrugated rubber, the nose piece, you can see they added a little extra to it as well. Man, look at those optics. Holy moly. I was literally playing Call of Duty before this thing came to the door. Oh, you see that? That little switch on the top left there sets the spacing between your eyes. So you're just gonna move that forward and back till you get it. So if you've got eyeballs that are real narrow, on your head. You can adjust, or really wide. That's pretty cool. Some nice features, as well as I think this button here is the one that, I don't know if it actually telescopes. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that is that button. You can see here I set it out a little further for individuals with larger noses, for instance. You can see the little cameras here on the front. 4. Looks like a mic maybe, and I don't know what that is, or maybe that's the mic and that's the speaker, and then you got the power button right on the bottom. Definitely different from what the previous model was. This is like a big bag of air. Nothing but air. Whoa, look how much that expands. I'm going to see if I can get this for you guys. I don't know if you could see that. I don't know whose head is that large. Maybe you have to wear a bike helmet while playing this so you don't run into the wall and get injured. Let's get some of these bags out of the way. Here's one controller. Alright, so I'm a relatively large guy, and my hands are very large compared to the average human. And they fit almost comfortably. Almost. So the placement for the thumb, you'd see, for me, comfortable would be out here. So this might affect gameplay. This is not something they considered, I guess. It's definitely not comfortable to bump your thumb like that. I guess we'll find out while I'm playing it, but you could see where I really would like to be is up here. And you got a L1, and that's your L2. The analog does click in. You got your PlayStation button. Comfort of the controller, I don't feel it. If my hand was smaller, I'm sure I would enjoy this a little more. Kind of bummed here. I wonder if they'll come out with a different model. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is going to be really tough. See, like my fingers don't even rest properly on this. This is definitely in the way. Top piece right here. It does not adjust. So for those that are still contemplating buying this, my suggestion is hit somebody up that does have it. Don't go out and buy it, because you're not going to want to own something you barely are going to play. VR in itself is kind of like one of those things that you don't generally jump on. Let's see about the right stick. I'm sure it's still going to feel the exact same. There we go. Yeah. Jeez. Alright, so if my hands were small enough, this would feel comfortable. Jeez, this is something that I don't think Sony even recognized as an issue. So you got a PlayStation button on both sides. So left controller, right controller. Man, look how much my hand's got to go outside of the grip itself. All right, well, let me put this headset on and I'll show you what it looks like while it's on. So with this being turned on, or not turned on, but placed on your head, you're gonna use this button to release, this button to tighten. You can see here, if I hit this button, you can telescope this in and out. And I'm telling you, while it sits on my face, I cannot see any light. The light is completely blocked out by the rubber seal that goes all the way around. which is very nice. Of course, when you're gaming, you don't want to see any lighting coming in or out of the headset while it's on. Then you're going to see here, there's these things. I don't know if this is for the earbuds. Maybe it clips on here and then right into your ears. You got the wire. You can see here, it's quite long. You're going to be able to plug that into your PlayStation 5, and then it's seamless, you know, with all the other attachments you had to have with the other headset. It made it very complicated. Big process to get it all dialed in and ready to game with. Unfortunately, I did see on the website for Sony that there are lack of compatibilities with the previous gen video games. So anything that was released prior to this is not going to be compatible with this VR2. The VR2 is the next gen, so that means it's going to be everything from this date going forward. We'll go ahead and do a comparison with the other one. All right, folks, there you go. So this is the first VR, and that's VR2. One thing I noticed while I pulled this thing out of the closet is, you see here, it's starting to deteriorate. This is terrible. I wonder if there was like some kind of, I don't know, some protector of some sort that would have been able to prevent this from happening. But all the cracks, this could be potentially from sweat. Wow, look at how bad this thing's falling apart. That's terrible. And I barely put any hours on it. So hopefully the material here that they have with the VR2 is not going to be as soft. Yeah, this just feels like the rubber or silicone, whereas this was like a true padding for added comfort. Let's take a look at the face. The face of these. So this one again has the cameras that go all the way around. This one had light bar sensors that would illuminate to identify positioning. And let's flip this over. And you can see the rubber seal on the VR2. How much there was on that. Wow, you see how crazy that one sits, the old VR versus the new. So much taller, significantly. So they still kept the whole button idea with telescoping it in and out. You see even the rubber here is starting to deform. The double seal for the nose as it sits in there to block most of the light that would be coming in. So that might have been one of the flaws while having this on. If your nose gets in there and it might be a little crooked or something, maybe you would let a little more light in than this one or this design. But you see how flimsy these are. This is very resilient on this one though. Silicone. This one's a little lighter. Feels like it could tear easy versus this one. This one's thicker. The adjustment wheel for tightening, this one, and then the release lever at the back, still got the same. There are power buttons here versus on the wire right there. You would plug in your headset into the wire here. On this one, I don't see exactly where it's at. Let me get that up. I got the controller sitting here on the charging stand itself. Wanted to show that a little bit too. You can see how they sit or how they are intended to sit. And again, this is the front. So if we were to simulate taking it out of there, let's say it was stuck in some manner, and that's what it would look like with the imbalanced charging stand. It's kind of terrible here, Sony. We open up this headset wire so we can put that on the headset, and we'll see what it looks like. So look, right next to this power wire, there's an aux port. We plug this into there, and this one on this side. This just simply is a stay, so once you push it in there, it would clip in and remain in place. And then these, of course, would go in your ears, so there's nothing extra really bugging your head while you're playing. I noticed that the Pulse headset, when I used to use that with this, it was getting impacted off the sides, and then you would kind of hear that noise while you were gaming. I'm gonna go grab that and see what it's like with the new headset.
Go.
So you see here, I got the Pulse headset. It fits kind of snug to the top of the earbud itself, or the headset. It's kind of comfortable where it sits and lays. Of course, while you're gaming is going to be the only time you're going to really see if it makes a positive or negative difference in the gaming itself. It doesn't obstruct or impact any of the silicone off the side, so that's kind of convenient. Okay. Alright, so I got my wife's hand here, and we're just going to do a comparison. So you can see, let's say an average size human being to my hand, you know, being not so average. You see where the finger trigger to my thumb placement. Put your finger on there. She doesn't play video games, so she doesn't know clearly. But go ahead and rotate, and then we'll take a look at the top here, and you can see all the extra room she has over top of her hand versus what I've got with my hand. So that's a definite flaw. It's like my thumb should be in half, and as far as comfort level, I'm sure she's got more comfort with hers than I do with mine. But obviously once I start gaming, we'll be able to measure that. So if you could move your hand like this and put that on there, turn it this way. All right, now go ahead and wiggle the joystick. Yeah, you see here where I'm bunched up, and she's just got all the room in the world to do whatever she needs. Click it in. So the average male, it might be able to enjoy this. If you're superhuman like I am, you are not going to have a comfortable fit with these controllers. The Move controller might be your best option, huh? Put it in your hand like this if you would. There you go. So my wife brought up a good point here. If this actually tips this way, I don't have those magnetic pieces inserted in just yet, but it could sit like that, but I don't believe that's the initial design, because they would have something on the bottom here that would be for comfort, or you know, lack of impressions on the model itself. So maybe they would have put some more of these rubber grips at the face of it here if it was truly going to sit like this. Nothing unique in design that was hidden on the model itself besides this over here you got at the top, and that's for the viewer. Alright, I don't know if you guys could see this, but as far as the lenses here, what that one looks like versus what this one looks like. So this is the VR1, this is the VR2. Alright, so I wanted to show you the little charge port item. It's going to go right there. And this is, of course, if you're going to use the charging stand. Once inserted, you can remove it, so don't worry about that. It's just like this. You're able to plug it in, and then if it goes right here, there it is. There's a little bit of magnetic touch to it. I can feel it. It hangs on to the controller a little better. Obviously without it, it's just going to be slippery and fall around. Here's the other one. It's in there. And there it is. Both of them are inserted. And with this wobbly stand we've got, maybe it should have just been made so where it stood like this and they could have had a little extra piece that held onto this. Or for us that are handy and crafty, maybe just put a straight piece like a popsicle stick or something, if you would, that would sit right there, and then that way it wouldn't be able to get tipped forward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching Mo's Tube. I appreciate you guys tuning in. The unboxing of the VR2 Sense charging station, and of course the PlayStation VR2 has been unboxed. Stay tuned to the channel for gameplay. I will be posting it as I do get the allotted time to go ahead and do so. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.